Last time, when coming from the grocery store, I thought to myself, 10 years ago, I would have had a lot more groceries for the money I just spent. Expensive, huh? But it's not only groceries that cost more. Prices of goods and services has gone up in general. Everything is getting expensive. We spend more money for less products. It's very clear the purchasing power of money is decreasing over time. There's a word describing exactly that. It's called inflation. Right, inflation is a sustained increase in the general price level of goods and services in an economy over a period of time. A healthy inflation rate should be at around 2% per year. So your money is worth about 2% less every year that passes. In turn, inflation affects the cost of living. We'll all pay more for food, gasoline, and our utility bills. There won't be any increased wages, and there will be higher interest rates on home loans. Correct. Can you also tell me what causes inflation? There are several factors that can cause inflation, such as the increase of the money supply, an increase in demand of certain products, or an increase in production costs. But external factors, such as natural disasters or wars, can also affect inflation rates. The first causing factor of inflation you named was the increase of the money supply. I'm a little curious. Do you also happen to know what causes increase in the money supply? Well, central banks can increase the money supply by buying government bonds and in turn inject money into the economy. Governments can also inject money into the economy with infrastructure projects. Foreign investments increase the money supply of a local currency, which can lead to an increase of the money supply in that country. So, yeah. Central banks buying government bonds, government spending, foreign investments. Oh, I forgot bank lending. Commercial banks can increase the money supply by creating new loans. When they lend money, they create new deposits in the borrower's account, effectively increasing the amount of money in circulation. I didn't expect you to satisfy my curiosity. By what kind of index is inflation measured? Inflation is often measured by the Consumer Price Index. It tracks the price changes of a basket of goods and services that an average consumer purchases. Correct. You can calculate the Consumer Price Index with a simple formula. Take the current price and divide it by the previous price. The outcome will be a percentage of the increase. Right. This way you can find out how much more things cost. Don't just say things. Specify which 8 major groups fall in the Consumer Price Index. Take a hint. There are 8 of them. Okay, there is housing, apparel, transportation, education and communication, food and beverages, medical care and recreation. I heard you mention 9 groups. Education and communication are one group, so is food and beverages. If you'd count now, then, only 7. Other goods and services is also one group, 8 in total. I'm impressed. You specified the 8 major groups of the Consumer Price Index. Don't take it the wrong way, but you seem to be smarter than you look. My head isn't on my shoulders just to wear snapback caps. Now, Mr. Spriggs, let me ask you a question out of curiosity. There are 3 more indexes for inflation. Can you name them? You already named the Consumer Price Index, but there's also a Producer Price Index, an Employment Cost Index, and the Gross Domestic Product Price Deflator, a total of 4 types of indexes. Okay, I was just asking. It's great there are these indexes to figure out how much inflation we can expect, but whatever the percentage, our cost of living will rise as the year passes by. It's terrible. Inflation exists because of a complex interplay of economic, political, and social factors. Let me ask you one more question. When did you first notice inflation in your life? I noticed inflation when I paid 15 for a haircut that is actually worth 10, but that I used to get for 5 when I still had hair.